Welcome back, everybody, to Cryptocurrency Weekly, where I go over the cryptocurrency news and what's happening within the market. If you like the channel, please subscribe. Everything here is not financial advice. This is my opinion. Without further ado, let's get underway. So, as we all know, as we went over in our last video, that the cryptocurrency market has taken a bit of a tumble, which is fine. These sort of corrections are extremely healthy. Bitcoin was at minus 64% at one point. At one point, Ethereum was down 60% from its local top here. All right. Now, we're just going to go over why I am extremely bullish for Ethereum and coming up in July. Okay. One of those reasons is because Ethereum is having a upgrade to the network. Okay. It's EIP 1559. Okay. Now, with Ethereum at the moment, much like Bitcoin in 2017, Ethereum is going through scaling issues. Okay, so with these scaling issues, basically what's happening is Ethereum's network is getting congested. Okay, so it's taking a long time for transactions to process, and on top of that, the fees for making transactions are insane. Okay. So with EIP 1559, it's essentially a proposed change to Ethereum's fee structure, but it's also known as Ethereum's scarcity engine, okay, as it's called an ETH burn mechanism, all right? And you can tell that I'm not the only one that's bullish about this. If you look at on-chain metrics, you've got Grayscale, which is a large institution that has been buying up ETH, okay, all the way since November of last year, okay? So anyone holding Ethereum should be really excited about this because this is due to go live in July. Okay, the update will be happening to the network. So we all know that Bitcoin has a fixed supply, which is a great driver of its value. Okay, but come July and August, if Ethereum can implement this change effectively, Ethereum will have a decreased supply. Okay, so Ethereum is similar to Bitcoin, except you can build applications on it relatively easy. Okay, so with Bitcoin, it's basically just something that you can send back and forth, and the value can't be diluted like traditional fiat currencies, and that's it. Okay, so many of the applications that are being built on Ethereum, you've seen pop up in the news, like DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance, and NFTs, which stands for non-fungible tokens. Okay, so the DeFi market is growing quite large. Obviously, I'm under the belief that with these particular tokens at the end of this market cycle, a lot of them will never be seen again, and we'll see the true innovations come next market cycle, all right, with decentralized finance, all right? So basically, Ethereum can create basic contracts as well. So if you have a sports team and you want to place a bet that this team is going to win, all right, address A will send that money to address B with no middleman to broker that transaction and take a fee, all right? So if you have a think about how many middlemen are in today's economies, from banks to supply chains and this sort of thing, it's extremely bullish for Ethereum, and that means the power will go directly to the individual, which means you, all right? So how many industries are based on middlemen? Thousands, millions for sure, okay? So if the value of being a middleman is removed, it helps reduce crony capitalism where, someone is rich just because mum or dad is rich. So those days are dwindling, in my opinion. So whereas Bitcoin is just a checking account, Ethereum is basically saying to you, okay, you can be your own stock exchange, your own lending pool, and this sorts of thing, okay? So with the price decreasing at the moment, you probably might be feeling a little bit concerned. I don't think you should be. So as you can see here, Aave has a private pool for institutions testing DeFi, okay? So Aave, as you can see, is a DeFi protocol, and an institution is running tests with them at the moment. So what does this mean? Okay, ETH is the main token that locks all of this value in DeFi. Okay, so ETH's price should increase over time. Okay, and once people get over these scaling issues, ETH gets over these scaling issues, it's going to be fine, much like Bitcoin was in 2017, okay? Now, let's just go over Ethereum killers, which people are labeling things such as Cardano Ethereum killers because they're faster, or Binance Coin being an Ethereum killer because it's faster. This isn't true because the power of cryptocurrency is in decentralization. Okay, so with Ethereum in particular, it is choosing to solve the issues with its speed through continuing to maintain decentralization within their software, okay, within that protocol, whereas things such as Binance Coin and Cardano are more centralized than Ethereum. Now, something being centralized defeats the purpose of cryptocurrency to begin with, so I'm not at all bullish long-term on Cardano or Binance Coin or about 99% of these cryptocurrencies that you see in the market today. Okay, I'm going to play you a clip from David Hoffman, which made some amazing points on Ethereum and how bullish this is for the year 2021.
Meme, and it was really a statement that so many, like especially in the 2018, 2019 bear market, where Bitcoiners were just shitting on Ethereum every step of the way. Sorry, pardon my language.
No, you can say it. Yeah. Hey,
cool. Yeah, they really just bullied. They just bullied the hell out of Ether and Ethereum. And really, at that time, the Ethereum community didn't really have the spine to stick up for itself. But Ryan and all of his foresight said, like, Ether is the only asset as collateral inside of MakerDAO. It's the only asset as the trading pair inside of Uniswap. It's the only native asset on Ethereum. ETH is money. ETH is money. It's a valuable asset, and it's the only trustless, valuable asset in Ethereum. And if we value the ethos and values of this space, which is trust minimization with strong settlement assurances, the only asset that can provide that level of trustlessness and assurances on Ethereum is Ether. And so partly the ETH is money claim is also a claim that Ethereum is the native economy of the internet, which I think is what we are seeing happen, right? So Ether is money so long as Ethereum is the economy. And to the degree that the Ethereum is the internet economy, there's no other internet economy out there. And at some point, with the belief of Bankless and what we talk about on the Bankless program, is that the legacy economy that's out there between banks and legacy settlement layers, it's just easier to do it on Ethereum. And so at some point, Ethereum goes from being the internet economy to the economy. And when that happens, ETH goes from just a speculative asset to money. And we've also enjoyed this meme, ultrasound money. And ultrasound money is what you get when you add a deflationary mechanism on top of sound money. And it's partly a knock on Bitcoiners who talk about how Bitcoin is sound money. And it's kind of, we like to laugh at ourselves on Ethereum. We're not as security, or we're not as like, what's the right word? We're not as, we don't believe in the same values and ethos as Bitcoin. And so we like to kind of play jokes on words here. And so ultrasound money is the meme that we've come up with Ether.
Well, all that said, what is the role of Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin is digital gold. Bitcoin is digital gold, and that's what it is.
But it was originally pure.
Very interesting. And also to note from Grayscale, we've noticed their assets under management under Ethereum has only increased over the last 2 years, okay? And these aren't the last institutions that are going to be piling in. And you best believe they're going to manipulate this price and try to push it down up so that they can load up on the cheap, okay? Because a lot of the time, these big institutions will be bitter that retail investors have got in first, okay? So here's what we know. Ethereum, similar to Bitcoin, Ethereum hits the network in block rewards. So the difference is that Ethereum does not have a hard supply cap instead of Bitcoin, basically. So when you use the Ethereum system, Ethereum is burned, which is called GUI on CoinMarketCap. All right. So this acts as like a helpful feedback loop. So as new applications are built on the network, gas is burned constantly, which causes supply to be kept in check. So right now, gas fees are insane. They really are quite a big cost. So if you don't have a lot of money, they can be quite expensive to get a hold of some Ethereum. So too many people are using the network, which is why the fees are so high. So if you think about this from the long term, it's a good long-term sign. It's a bad near-term issue, okay? Because if Ethereum is getting used and people are using it, all right, that's locking in value. People are using Ethereum for a reason, okay? Now, EIP 1559 launches in July. So that attempts to reduce the fees on the Ethereum network, all right? So whereas Bitcoin is proof of work, okay, as is Ethereum at the moment, Ethereum is shifting to proof of stake, which is just a new voting-based system for the blockchain. So currently Ethereum is being mined with GPUs and not ASICs. Now, in regards to the institutional funds on AVE, so in summer of 2020, smart contracts were finally formulated to help individuals lend out their crypto at a reasonable interest rate on DeFi. So decentralized finance is here to stay. So there are competing centralized platforms like Binance Coin that you can see here and Cardano, which have done well quite recently because people are only looking at it from a surface level where they're saying, okay, why would I use Ethereum when I've got, I can use Binance Coin and Cardano for a fraction of the cost. All right. So don't use centralized lending platforms unless you want to risk losing everything, because Binance, the exchange, shuts down all the time. Okay. They have a control over that asset. Okay. And you don't want that. So in 2021, institutional investors have started to look at Ethereum. Okay. Which is why it was wise to own a lot of it to start the year. So if you have, congratulations for doing a smart thing. So my bet is that this will shift to DeFi in the future, okay? But that value is locked on the Ethereum blockchain, so Ethereum will benefit. So in the long run, what I see is instead of having a bunch of worthless paper, your home or apartment will just be a smart contract on the blockchain, and this will allow you to buy or sell a home without a middleman. So if you didn't get a chance to load up on Ethereum before we had this massive run, we have just had a huge pullback. So not financial advice, but I have loaded up on some more Ethereum within this dip, and I'll continue to dollar cost average into my positions, okay? You shouldn't try to time the market, okay? But in saying that, when you do see a massive red wick like this, it's too good to resist. Okay, that's a damn near 60% drop from the top. Okay, that's savage. When you see a dump like this, you're never going to time the exact bottom, but if you can just dollar cost average on the way down or get somewhere close to it, okay, that's when you want to be piling up on assets. Okay, buying the dip has never failed in Ethereum. Buying the dip has never failed in Bitcoin, provided you hold for the long term. And it's the people who hold for the long term that stand to benefit the most. So that's it for today, guys. That's why I believe that Ethereum is going to absolutely rip come July when this new update is released on Ethereum. Okay. What price will Ethereum get to this market cycle? Who knows? Okay, my crystal ball tells me anywhere from 10 to 20,000. Okay, 10,000 is probably a more realistic target. Okay, so we already know we've hit about 4,300, 4,500. So another 100% move, although it seems absolutely crazy from here, isn't too much of a stretch for Ethereum. I mean, we've done it before, right? But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. I appreciate your support. Being the second episode, I'm doing my best to try and improve my editing skills as I go along. I appreciate all of you, and take care, and I'll see you next time.